Hi everyone. Welcome back to Raw Facts Official. Today's video is about most popular fighter, Nate Diaz. So let's begin. Nathan Donald Diaz was born on April 16, 1985. He is an American professional mixed martial artist who is currently a free agent. Diaz is most known for his time spent fighting in the Ultimate Fighting Championship, UFC, where he fought for over 15 years after winning the Ultimate Fighter 5 prior to signing with the UFC. Diaz competed in World Extreme Cage Fighting, Strikeforce, and Pancrase. Diaz has the third most UFC bonus awards, with 16 in total. The son of Melissa, née Womble, and Robert Diaz, he was born of Mexican and Anglo heritage and raised in Stockton, California with his brother Nick and sister Nina. He attended Tokay High School and, at the age of 11, he began training in martial arts with his brother, Nick. Prior to his official MMA career, Diaz competed in a bare-knuckle MMA fight against Robert Limon on July 20, 2002, at the age of 17. Footage has since emerged of the fight and it is believed to be his first competitive experience. Upon making his official professional MMA debut, Diaz competed mainly for World Extreme Cage Fighting, WEC. In 2006, at WEC 24, he fought for the WEC Lightweight Championship against then-champion Hermes Franca, losing by submission in the second round. This was the last event held by WEC before it was acquired by Zuffa, LLC, then parent company of the UFC. Diaz was a contestant on the Ultimate Fighter 5, which exclusively featured lightweights, fighting on Jens Pulver's team. In the preliminary round, Diaz defeated Rob Emerson by submission. In the quarterfinals he defeated fellow Team Pulver teammate Corey Hill via triangle choke submission in the first round. In the semi-finals, Diaz defeated Team Penn member Gray Maynard by submission, advancing to the finals, in which he faced teammate Manvel Gambarian. Diaz won by submission after Gambarian was forced to tap out in the second round due to the dislocation of his right shoulder as the result of attempting a takedown. With the victory, Diaz won the Ultimate Fighter 5. After defeating Alvin Robinson and Junior Asuncel via submission, Diaz demanded tougher opponents. He was given a match with Kurt Pellegrino at UFC Fight Night 13. Diaz defeated Pellegrino via triangle choke submission in the second round. As he locked up the choke, Diaz had time to flex for the crowd and throw up double middle fingers before Pellegrino submitted. Diaz then defeated veteran Josh Neer by split decision in the main event of UFC Fight Night 15. Diaz next fought former Strikeforce lightweight champion Clay Guida at UFC 94, St. Pierre vs. Penn 2, losing via split decision. Guida used his wrestling to take Diaz down multiple times. Guida won via split decision, marking Diaz's first loss in the UFC. In what was also his pay-per-view debut, Diaz met fellow Ultimate Fighter winner and former King of the Cage welterweight champion Joe Stevenson at the Ultimate Fighter 9 finale. Stevenson took Diaz down at will throughout the 3 rounds and Diaz lost by unanimous decision. After 2 consecutive losses by decision, Diaz was billed to headline UFC Fight Night 19 opposite Melvin Gillett. Diaz won by submission to a guillotine choke at 2:30 of round 2. After a 2-year-long layoff, it was announced on August 3, 2018, that Diaz was expected to return on November 3 against Dustin Poirier in a lightweight bout. This bout was expected to serve as the co-headliner of UFC 230. However, on October 9, 2018, it was announced that Poirier pulled out due to injury and as a result, the bout was cancelled. Nate Diaz returned to competition on August 17 at UFC 241. He faced Anthony Pettis in a welterweight bout which served as the co-main event. With a dominant performance, he won the fight by unanimous decision. Diaz faced Jorge Masvidal on November 2, 2019 in the main event of UFC 244. In a unique situation, UFC President Dana White confirmed that the headlining bout was for a celebratory Baddest Motherfucker (BMF) belt. After being dominated for most of the fight, Diaz lost the fight via TKO between rounds 3 and 4 when the cage-side physician determined a cut over Diaz's right eye rendered him unable to continue. On the last fight of his UFC contract, Diaz was scheduled to face Khamzat Chimaev on September 10, 2022 in the main event of UFC 279. However, at the weigh-ins on September 9, Chimaev weighed in at 178.5 pounds, 7.5 pounds over the welterweight non-title fight limit. As a result of Chimaev missing weight, he was removed from his bout with Diaz. Diaz instead faced Tony Ferguson in the main event. Diaz won the fight via a guillotine choke submission in the 4th round. This win earned Diaz his second performance of the night bonus award. Diaz opted to not re-sign with the UFC before the bout with Ferguson, thus making Diaz a free agent once the fight concluded. Diaz's brother Nick is also a professional MMA fighter fighting under UFC. Both Diaz brothers are advocates for cannabis and even have a licensed line of marijuana pre-rolls made by California Finest. They currently run a Brazilian jiu-jitsu school in Stockton, California, Nick Diaz Academy, and founded a CBD company called Game Up Nutrition. He has been primarily vegan since he was 18, but admits to eating fish from time to time. On June 20, 2018, it was announced that Diaz's girlfriend had given birth to their daughter. In August 2022, Diaz publicly endorsed fellow UFC veteran BJ Penn in his run for governor for Hawaii. In September 2022, Diaz announced the news that he was starting his own combat sports promotion company, Real Fight Incorporated. As a result of the attention that Diaz had brought to the city of Stockton, he was presented with a key to the city by the mayor during a Stockton Kings basketball game in December 2022. He is truly an inspirational and a focused person. So, that's all for today. Keep supporting real ones. Be blessed everyone. Take care. Goodbye.